PST on December 18th. We're starting as early as we possibly can because, oh my goodness, it is the launch of the Dusk Road. We have all sorts of cool new things going on, and it's just been a delightful time. I'm pretty excited about it, and we're going to do, I think, as our starter, just like a small sort of patch breakdown and talk about all of the changes that have happened and all of the things that are going on. So this will be like sort of a mild YouTube-y type thing, but mostly just to break down everything that has happened so far. It has been crazy. Oh my goodness, the new set is out. We are so excited about it, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just do like a little bit, since we're going to basically highlight this and record it, I'm going to go accept on the Dusk Road, and we're going to go into crafting, and I'm just going to walk through like each of the cards here. Oh man, all right, sure, okay, cool. Yeah, we're just going to do real quick, we're going to just, all right, let me get that out of the way. Yeah, just remove that. Okay, and just real quick, do a little walkthrough. This is just for recording purposes so that people can like pause and see all of the new cards. There are a lot of new cards. There are so many new cards. It's pretty exciting. I kind of wanted this to all be highlighted in different colors, but it's just kind of a nuts day. We have so many new things to show up for. A lot of really cool stuff. I'm very excited for Primal and Time in particular. Elysian is my favorite color pairing, and it seems like they got some pretty cool junk and good, just all sorts of different types of cards. I'm seeing a lot of power. I'm seeing a lot of interesting jank. I'm seeing a lot of cool ideas. It's been just kind of absolutely nuts, and just browsing through all of these cards, I am super delighted. I am very, very pleased to see exactly everything that has shown up. Oh, Vainglory Patrol, that's a great name. Hey, how's it going? I am HJ96. Glad you're having fun with Owl Ramp. Yeah, Temporal Distortion, Talir, and what's the other card? The card that I spoiled, Invoke the Waystones, all seem like they belong in Owl Ramp, and I am really excited to try that out. I haven't actually got the stuff to craft things yet, but that's probably going to be one of my first major brews, is just doing that kind of thing. Yeah, okay, so Reddit Eternal Card Game, we are just going to read those patch notes real quick. Hey, Dice, for subbing with Twitch Prime, thank you so much. Dice is a friend of mine, and just delightful fellow. So thank you. Nice to get started. And okay, we're gonna go over the patch notes real quick and talk about all the things that have changed. So first off, over 275 new cards. We have all of the new stuff here in the Dusk Road that I have just moused through. The draft format has been changed. I believe it is 3-2-1-3. So Dusk Road, Omens of the Past, The Empty Throne, and then Dusk Road again. So 2 packs of Dusk Road, a pack of the Omens, and 1 pack out of the other one. So pretty good stuff. The new set is now available for purchase from the store and can be crafted via Shiftstone. Yep. New theme decks are now available for purchase in the store. I haven't actually looked at those yet, but I'm sure that they're cool. There's probably some decent stuff there. Just go ahead and go to the store real quick. We also have some totems and some other exciting things. Here's the Night Lurker. It's a little grenadin that has like a little stone scar alligator type thing hanging around there. Reacts to the Nightfall cycle with interactable components based on it being day or night. Includes a custom victory celebration and a grenadin that you can uncover at night, but if you let it get too close to the water, something bad happens, assumably. Checking out the theme decks, we have Grenadin Workshop, Hunting Grounds, Midnight Raid, Company of Steel, Ancient Discoveries, and Malgrabble, which I assume is some sort of... Do I not get to look at this deck? Ah, here we go. It was definitely a Yeti deck, of course. So yeah, lots and lots of cool stuff there. It's got to have some of my favorite card, Iceberg Mason. This is my favorite Yeti. I really like him. Okay. Yeah, no, he's pretty delightful. Okay, so we got that. There's the Nightfall cycles. That's like new animations and stuff, of course. There's a limited time premium avatar for Christmas, the Snowman avatar. I do like the Snowman. I really liked his art because he's a little gunslinger snowman, but I don't know if I'll get that or not. That's kind of cute. Gauntlet Forge has ended, so of course everyone, as you may or may not know, every time a new set is released, Gauntlet and Forge reset, and you get to go through all of those again if you want to. I usually do the Forges for money. I'm not even sure if I did them for Omens, but yeah, it's pretty delightful to just sort of get that done if you want to do your single player stuff. Those ranks have reset, and they're no longer going to be as hard until you sort of grind them back up again. Okay, reward updates. If you bought gems at all, you'll get 3 packs from the Dusk Road. All of the season rewards, rank up checks, and free packs will give packs from the Dusk Road. Packs from standard chests have been updated to randomize between the Eternal Throne and Omens of the Past, weighted according to the number of cards in each set. So basically, yeah, it is probably going to be more Empty Throne than Omens, and they actually misnamed their own set. Unless they decided to rename the set the Eternal Throne. I believe it was called the Empty Throne, so they may have screwed that up in the patch notes. But nonetheless, you can now get Omens cards out of regular chests, which is pretty cool. Reckless is now considered a battle skill. That is a weird change for rules consistency that I'm not particularly fond of. It is Tranquil Scholar, Crown of Possibilities, certain other cards that give skills will really care about that. It still doesn't matter for cards that care about yeah, it mostly matters for those particular cards, Tranquil Scholar and Crown of Possibilities. I think it'll matter for Divining Rod as well, if you wanted to build like a Reckless Rod deck, and it'll matter for Hero of the People as well. But yeah, Crown of Possibilities getting Reckless, that's kind of a nerf to Crown. There isn't really any new skills for Crown, so that's a specific like just downgrade. And also it means that like you'll get like Reckless Cockroaches out of Crown of Possibilities, which isn't a great time for the Crown deck, but you know, that's still pretty okay. Yeah, and I could be wrong even, like it might not happen on Crown, but I'm pretty sure that it does. Okay, UI updates. All the queue and loading screens have been updated with new visual treatments, so fancy new art, of course. Gauntlet, Forge, and Draft have new key art as well. I believe Forge in particular is running an image of Talir. Yeah, Talir hanging out with a Waystone. That's a really nicely animated thing too. So and I haven't looked at the Gauntlet one, but I'm excited to see how it goes. The message of the day has been redesigned. It's got like actual images on it now, and there's 3 of them, so you can click and look at different. If you see like you can see more than one message at a day if you have long load times, which is kind of neat. Mobile performance has been increased. There's a single sign-on, so now you don't have to register for an account to complete the tutorial. Registering for an account will allow you to, of course, like sync your account between other things, but you can just do it with Steam, and you shouldn't be in any like rush to set that up. So that'll make it easier for people to access the game, and I'm always in favor of that. Maybe they'll move towards like actually using Steam, but hard to say. Reconnecting, it has an improved flow. There's a lot of bug and client fixes. Copied units will no longer retain temporary buffs, which is fine, sure. Stolen spells will now correctly lose damage modifications. Yeah, you know, mild card fixes and gameplay issue things. Some UI stuff, locking windows apparently would cause the client to switch maximum resolution. That's all gone. So yeah, just little things here. And basically, it is the cards that we are here to talk about. There's a lot going on, but let's talk a little bit about like all of the things that basically have been released. First off, we do have night now, so there are a lot of things that cause night, and Nightfall in particular is the ability. If you don't know, the skill for Nightfall is it turns when you play it, it causes it to be night for your opponent's turn and then your turn. And it also is, if it's the first time that you're playing a Nightfall card, it's, you know, it is night until the end of your turn as well. While it is night, if you draw a card, you take a damage, you draw an extra card. And there's a lot to go with that. But the main thing about it is that like Nightfall decks have to get to draw a ton of cards while taking a ton of damage, and there's some really interesting ways to play around with that. I think blue and purple have the most access to Nightfall, but there's also a couple of time cards with Nightfall. I think it's in pretty much every color. Oh, it's actually time, primal, and shadow. I don't see any green. Fair enough. It is a 3-color skill. I did not know that, but that's good to know. So time, primal, and shadow all have access to Nightfall, and you can have like really interesting Nightfall decks. This is a really interesting control mechanic in my opinion. It's also a really interesting aggro mechanic, but it doesn't have that many strong aggro cards in it. I mean, there are quite a few, so you can build an aggro Nightfall deck, but I think that it probably works. Like, it looks like it's balanced well enough that it's actually going to favor control and aggro in different ways, and that'll be really cool to see. So, lots of cool stuff going on there, and the art on some of these Nightfall cards is incredible. The art on all of the cards is incredible. Like, there has been a huge upgrade in the look of different things. And wow, the wisps are looking a little bit different. That's a cool bit of lore. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm excited to find out. We have Talir on our fantastic revelation. Man, Talir's got a lot of cards where she's interacting with the Waystones right now. I'm really glad to see all of that kind of stuff. The Scions. There have been only 3 Scions released. The Scions that have been released for the Dusk Road are Eileen, Talir, and Caleb. Eileen is green and blue. Caleb is red and blue, or green and blue. Caleb is red and blue, and Talir is mono time and has like a ridiculous ultimate where she gets to take an additional turn after this one. We'll talk more about this when we do card breakdowns, which will probably be most of the week. But I'm pretty excited about it in particular. It sounds like Roland and Vara are taking a backseat until set 4, and they're going to be like, yeah, Roland's currently in jail, Vara's questing, doing her thing. So we'll see what happens. Caleb Reborn has also been shown. Lots of cool stuff there. We have access to Bond and Ally, so there's a big tribal theme going on. I believe that Bond is any color of unit. Green, yellow, purple, blue. Yep. There's not that many red bonds, but it's mostly every unit. And then Ally is probably a little bit more focused on red, yellow, and green. Yep. With a little bit of blue bond. But yeah, so we have, or Ally rather, sorry. So yeah, we have a decent amount of stuff going on, and like, I think that like it's a lot of cool new mechanics. It's a lot of really interesting things. I've been playing a draft. I'm very pleased with the draft environment so far. I had a lot of fun building a Grenadin deck, and it all just kind of worked when we followed the signals. So that went pretty well, and I'm fairly happy to see if that continues. I think the set has a more like 2-color focus, or it's actually focusing down a little more on monocolor, so it gets a little less soupy. It feels pretty good so far. We'll have more impressions on that later. That's it for the card breakdown. So like this is recording stuff, so to the YouTube folks, thank you so much for watching. Feel free to like or subscribe, and to the rest of the Twitch folks, we're gonna go play some games. We're gonna do some drafting. We're gonna do having some fun. Oh gosh, I'm talking too fast. Okay. This